Hello again, this is Iron Bill, back again with another video. I know I was streaming earlier tonight, and there were 3 or 4 viewers that were in. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I did have to cut it short, then restarted it, and I think by then I lost whatever viewership I was going to have, which is okay, because I didn't play well. And some of that, a lot of it, of course, is my own play. And what I was doing was I'm trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and it's really probably a super bad idea. I'm trying to finish Redrick's quest, and I'm using an inferior weapon, a Galliard, for the solar kills. And it's a good 600 auto, but it is not any match whatsoever for a gnawing hunger. It just isn't. And you know, that's pretty much the meta right now. And when you run up against somebody with a gnawing hunger, even if you get the first shot, man, I mean, they have to be all thumbs for them to die to you. And I can't tell you how many times I had somebody hosing them down, and they just turn around and just leisurely 3-tap me, 4-tap me with a dire promise or something like that. I mean, it's just crazy. So that being said, I wound up with this Iron Banner sidearm, which is also solar. And you know, when you get somebody nailed down, I mean, get into them, that guy just dodged out of it, and I didn't headshot, and this guy throws the shield up right as I'm laying into that guy. It was probably the edge of sidearm range anyway. But anyway, this sidearm will melt if you can get inside the range like that. I mean, you just have to get inside. And I get by just in time not to get taken down from behind. So I'm going to re-engage here after I heal. And I'm trying to be smarter about that. I'm standing in the Wither Horde there. I get out. So this sidearm is doing far better work up close than I was getting out of the Galliard really all night long. I only had to get 50 solar kills, and I still haven't gotten them. I mean, it's just been crazy. But anyway, back to the matchmaking. Matchmaking was all over the place tonight. I mean, I got to give Bungie credit. It can't be easy to place players in so many perfectly curated blowouts, but they make it look easy. I mean, they are just, it was one blowout after another tonight, and usually it was against me, but you know, a few times I was on the dishing out end of it, and I think even this match winds up being a mercy, and that's just too bad. That's not fun for me. Maybe my teammates enjoyed getting a bunch of kills, but I just hate stomping on other people like that because it's just not fun being a punching bag, and I have a little empathy for it because I've experienced it. All right, so I see somebody coming behind here, and he's just out of my purview, so I hop over here and watch this again. That's pretty good action on the sidearm. Now, if he'd had a Fellwinners or something like that, he would have toasted me, but he didn't, and that's what matters. All right, so you notice I'm using Vigilance Wing too, and if you were watching me earlier, you saw me getting hammered with the Galliard, and you'll see that the range on this is just much better, and I'm able to take on these guys and still... And I don't know why I'm reloading so much, because I don't really need to. It has a huge clip, 50. I've got to be careful of that sniper. If he'd been any good, he probably would have popped me. At least I knew this guy wasn't aimbotting. But anyway, I was forced to eventually, in order to get any of my Iron Banner bounties done tonight, I did get 2 of them done, I was forced to go to Vigilance Wing. And Vigilance is low-key meta. I mean, it's not going to go head-to-head with a Cold Denial or a Redrick's or something like that, but... you know, it's probably an 80%er, I would say. You know, it's a gun. It's probably about as 80% as good as any meta pulse. And for that, I mean, it's a solid performer. It's 5 burst, and that's 2 headshot or 2 burst kill if you get mostly headshots. Gosh darn it, I'm gonna have to look this up, so forgive me for this. The sidearm that I'm using, once again. Takes a while for my phone to reload here, so forgive me for fumbling this. I may even have to close the apps. Oh, it's not the Drang. It is the... it's the Fool's Remedy is what I'm using. And the role I have here is nothing special. It is Icarus Grip, Eye of the Storm, Pulse Monitor. I mean, it's not even a good role. And we did okay. All right, so you see we mercied them, and that's too bad. So now we're going to jump into the next match. And we'll see how it goes. Now, I didn't get a ton of kills last game, but it didn't go very low. And but I was doing better. And the thing is that, you know, once I'm into a weapon I'm a little bit more familiar with, things tend to turn around a little bit. So a lot of the play tonight that you saw was just me trying to use something I hadn't used in a while, and against, you know, oftentimes 3 and 4 stack teams that were pretty solid, unbrokens and flawlesses and all that. I kept saying that all night long. I think even in this match we have a couple of them. So picking it up from here, I'm torn between going for A and going for B, but I realize that we don't really want A anyway. What we really want is B. And so I decided to go over and just try my luck on it, and I shouldn't have, because nobody followed me. And I see immediately that I've screwed up, because there's either a shotgun or a grenade launcher, and this guy just pulls me down from behind. Now, he wasn't the real problem. There was a guy there, Redrick or whatever it is. He had a true prophecy that was just getting me from across the map. And he must have one heck of a roll, or he is just absolutely modded out for hand cannons, because that sucker was just taking me out left and right. I think this is him here. And he'll just turn around here and just pop me once. Boom. True prophecy. And that just kept happening over and over and over. Now, admittedly, my shield was gone, and that probably hits for 90 or something like that, which would have been more than enough to headshot kill me. I don't think he was cheating. I mean, I'm not even saying that. But yeah, that gun had my number at that range. Now, when I backed off a little bit, you know, and I could get a few more rounds in, then things tended to go better. Now, I decided that, yeah, right then. And there he is again. One shot, true prophecy. And these guys are starting to roll us. And the top 2 members of their team are a squad, and I think flawless. And okay, so I catch this guy, and my buddy there wasn't watching his radar, and he was about to get crossed up. Happens to me a lot. All right, so we got 3 guys there. I got one of them, but I'm trying to be mindful of my teammates and where they're positioned, and not get too far out. What we can't do is play back there in our spawn, because these guys will just keep pushing us, and they'll eat our lunch. But here we are, all 6 of us on B, just asking for somebody to drop a super on us. And more than that, we're not defending C, and we do want to keep C. So I come back over knowing somebody's going to come for it. It's only a matter of time. And let's see what happens. Sure enough, here they come. Now that's 2 of them. I've got my Fool's Remedy out, but that's not going to do from that range, and I know it. This guy dodges. I'm going to put a grenade on there and put some pressure on him. And look who gets me with 3 taps on a true prophecy. I can't stop them from taking C. And not one of my teammates responded to that until it was way too late. And they're going to take A. You don't want A on this map. You just don't want A. It's really easy to get trapped in there. You're much farther from B. You can't defend both zones as easily. It's just not what you want. All right, so I'm in a bad spot here, because if they decide to pinch me, they're going to get me. And this guy, with his true prophecy, he has a habit of catching me when my shield is off, and that's all it takes. And from there, it's a sure death. So if you're counting, that's 4 or 5 times he's killed me. But I'm going to continue to play a bit aggressively in protecting the lanes, because we have to do it or we're going to get blown out. And yeah, I'm probably going to take some deaths along the way is what I'm thinking, but there is no choice. We've got to do it. I'm going to tap that right there before the super comes at us, and just watch what happens. Somebody gets pulled in. Perfect. For once, a smart tether. They didn't see it in time, and they came for it, and I got 2 kills off of it. And our teammates are running away from C. What in the world are you thinking? All right, so one guy was in there, I guess. That's probably good. I'm going to come help him out. Grab this heavy. I realize I've got a sword, and I do not want them getting that back, and I'm not going to try to use it, so I'm just going to use it up. Far better use for me just to get rid of it. I need to load rocket launchers or some form of fire and forget weapon. All right, so I decide, hey, I'm going to sit here. They're going to come back. My teammates come in to help. I'm going to toss a grenade on there, but I got him. All right, then I just kind of screw up here. I get him, and I'm reloading way too much. Plus, I've got to dodge for that, and it just doesn't make sense to do what I'm doing. I notice my radar to the left. I'm just going to keep an eye over there for a second. Crouch down, get off the radar. He doesn't bite, and they're taking C again. And there are too many of them there for me to stop it. Can't even begin to do it. I'm going to try to slow them down here. And who should it be? Mr. Summoner, but I did trade with him. The Summoner and the True Prophecy were the real hard guns in this particular lobby. Now, we are beating them, all right, but this is not a blowout. This is not just a stomp. So I'm enjoying this match. I mean, I'm getting some kills. I'm being somewhat effective. Yeah, I'm dying to the same guy over and over. He's simply better than I am. I don't have too much of a problem with it. And then I make a dumb mistake here and I get myself isolated. I am way, 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 way strung out here. And I just missed my shots. Of course, the Summoner was throwing me off. But I think that might be... I don't know if he was on the same squad as the other fellow, though, or not. I don't know. We'll see on the next death. But those were the two guys that were hurting me the most. All right, so they're all over the place here. Elementals, nope, they're not in the same clan. I wound up in their spawn, and I guess we flipped it, is what I'm guessing, but I definitely couldn't be where I was. And I'm just trying to get myself some distance so I can kind of sort out what I can and can't do here. This guy's weak, and I'm going to finish him. And that's the guy who just killed me with the Summoner, so that felt pretty good. I'm going to get over here with my teammate, assist with some kills here, drop a grenade on that guy, and that pretty much is going to be it for him. I think I got 2 of them on that. This guy comes over. That felt really good. That's the guy that's been owning me with the True Prophecy. Reload. Peek back around here, and I'm thinking that somebody pulls a sniper here, but maybe not. Now I've got my super again, and I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it. This guy kind of turns a blind eye, but you got to be careful poking out there because the glare there makes it hard for you to see when people jump in here, and I notice they're going for the zone again. So I get that guy, Narcissist. The other guys have jumped away or been killed, either or. So we've defended successfully B, and I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to hold this line right here. I'm going to back up. I'm going to have my shoulder to this. Now, this is kind of an all or nothing deal because I'm too low. My aim is too low there. I raise it up a little bit, and I get the first shot on him, and he realizes he's screwed, but I don't have anywhere to go. See how I pin myself in? And that's unfortunate because I didn't have to take that death. The only thing I could do is roll forward or back, and they were going to get me either way. But the one good thing about all that was I held them off of it long enough that we didn't lose it. And I'm about to make the same mistake again. All right, so I know they're out here somewhere. Yep, all 3 of them, but we got it. And that's the match. My play wasn't terrible, not like it was earlier. I mean, I played so awful games tonight. But this was a good way to end it. And, you know, used to in Iron Banner, that's the way it looked. That's what you would see. You know, I'd be anywhere from 15 to 30, you know, on the regular. Tonight, I had matches where I had 1 kill, and we were just getting stomped. And I didn't want to quit out of anything. I just didn't want to, especially on stream. But I'll be honest with you, you know, as long as I'm solo queuing, the smart thing may be for me to just move on in matches where we're getting blown out like that and just pick up another match because it's really discouraging, you know, to get in one of those meat grinder matches where somebody's dropping a 40 or 50 bomb on you and there's really just nothing you can do. So tonight was tough. I mean, in the end, this was a good way to end. I didn't feel like we completely stomped these guys in a really, really bad way. The distribution of the score is not that bad. The KD is, and you can see we did outclass them. But, yeah, I mean, they had their good players too. So with all that said, I'm going to close it here. I'm going to post this and try to end on a positive note, and that is that I did get 2 of the quests done. And I'm about halfway through the other 2, or I should say quests, my bounties. And I'm going to try to finish it off, but man, it's taking a lot of matches, and I don't think I have the appetite to do that on the other two cartoons. So, oh, and I did get my first 1060 drop tonight on my second bounty, so that's good. So my other two bounties, if I finish them, will be 1060s, and with luck, elemental and power weapons. Because then I can transfer those over to other characters, and I would have a 59, a 60, and a 60. And that's going to be the jump I need to take one, if not both of my other characters over to the place where they're 1058 and getting 1060 drops on +2 Pinnacles. And I've got all my other +2 Pinnacles left this week. I mean, Pit of Heresy, Dungeon, I've got Interference. I mean, I've got a lot of opportunity here, you know, even in solo play. I mean, I can LFG and get some of that done. So looking good. So thank you for watching. This is Iron Bill, and I am signing off.